Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain, and today I'm going to be looking at Small World 2. Now, it's based on the board game of the same name, and is created by Days of Wonder. Now, I really want to like this, but this game has issues. Now, there's a very basic menu system. You can pick what colour you are, not really what your counter is. There's logins, so you can sort of sync up with the actual main forums that are linked to this. The tutorial is a series of YouTube videos. Simple enough. You have a scoreboard of different ones, and you can see there's different modes. There's solo, which is you against the computer, online, which is you against different people in the world, and face-to-face, which is essentially local co-op. You have a rulebook, which, giving it time to load, isn't very good. I'm just going to say this out loud right now. There is lots of little things in this, but finding the information you want can be a pain in the ass. For example, at the start of the game, when I'm looking at maps and regions, there is like, where is it? There we go. You've got to click on this. I mean, why isn't it just listed in this area? But yeah, for all the symbols, I had to click here, and I just thought that, you know, that would be a fast link to that bit. You've got description of races, and you can see I do have all the DLCs for this. Now, the DLCs are £2 or £4. You can get the lot for £7.97. The game itself is about £6.99. I'm trying to decide whether it's worth it or not. I have mixed games of this. Some of the races feel very underpowered, others feel very overpowered. But you have lots of races, and how you get a race is, that's one part of it. The second half is its special power, and those combine together to make each race unique, and it's randomly picked each game. And you still, I sort of like that kind of thing from Town of Salem. Now, if you just give me one moment, let's turn that down a little bit more. Oh, and the credits. I've never clicked on the scroll, so I was just curious what it was. So, and I believe that goes to, yeah, there's a DLC. And what really bugs me is this is a port from a tablet version. It's very obvious it's designed for tablets, which it does actually suit. But they sort of really market their other games through it. And the biggest issue with this is there's only one map. There's several add-ons for this game, which I think they were made by a different company is the reason, but they're not going to be added on as DLC, and one of the ones that really increased replayability was the extra maps of the world. Now, I'm going to go through a few... well, I'm not going to go through a few games, I'll go through a few turns to show you the basic premise. No, well, I won't resume it, but that's nice, and this helps a lot when the game crashes, and it will crash. Unfortunately, it's a little unreliable. And I can choose how many bots I want. I can choose which expansions I'm applying. That's simple. I like that. Now, here's your world map. Now, what have we got to work with? For every one I go down, it costs me some of my starting gold. Now, for example, you've got the my ability is Berserk. That means I can get to roll this reinforcements die rather than straight off putting my guy down. These guys are actually really quite effective at the start of the game. The white ladies I like, but you don't get many of them, because you have to only get so many characters to put down. Oh, and it's Conquest, Racial and Special Powers. Does that mean they can't actually be taken over? At all? See, that really calls to me, but that's actually quite good early game. It's like, I've got these people who are just not ever going to die, but I only get a very small amount of them. You know, I'll go with the white ladies just to start with. Now, I pick my race. The AI picks theirs. And I want hills. Those are mountains, aren't they? See, you can't click on anything to double check. Now, I'm just... Yes, the hills are these. So that's a hill, that's a hill. The hills are relatively well spread out. that would be an ideal place if it wasn't for the... Gee, that might not be bad, but it... There, along... But I have to claim that bit. See, now this is the map. For everything in a tile, you need to spend your extra little troops to put people down. And so it would take me 2 to take the forest. 2 because... Oh, I think it's 2 there? Yeah, or 3, sorry, because it's got a troop there. And so on. So I'm going to quickly just go through this. Let's go for defense. And... yeah. Yeah! So at the end of the turn I gain gold, and that's essentially your score. Not much, unfortunately. They're going for the wealthy sorcerers. They start off with 7 on their first round, and sorcerers are a frumming nightmare. Oh look, because they can just do that. Yeah. They just replace one of your tokens with your own, with their own. And now this has another issue. The bots. There'll usually be 1 or 2 bots who will target you and just you to try and screw you over as a time of difficulty, and it's very frustrating. You know, they will just go out of their way to target the human player, and it can be very frustrating when you're in last place. And I know you're a weak player at that point, but usually you should be targeting the people who are in the lead. But I love the concept of this, because the premise of the game is you get your race down, they get gold, you know, for each tile you inhabit, and several of the different things will give you more stuff. I'm not quite sure what merchant does. I think it's for every new tile you conquer, you get extra money that round. Yes. Your race will never actually be amazing. Yeah. You can't keep it all the way through the game. You could eventually run out of people because you'll get too thinly spread. So what you have to do then is put your race into decline. You still get points from them, but they lose all their special abilities, apart from these white ladies who seem to become unconquerable, which is why I kind of went for them. Because it means if I... Come on. Oh, useless. But the sorcerers are just going to butcher me, which is very, very annoying. So yes, you go into a decline. You then proceed to... It's like, go to hell! Oh no! You proceed then to choose another race, and so forth, and you just sort of build up and try and spread up across the map as far as you can. Now this is a terrible game for me because the sorcerers decided to basically dick me over from the start. I hate it when because this guy's just going to bully me for the rest of the game now. Yeah. Skip. And I probably had so many poor turns at the start. It's so easy to get into a losing rut here. And that's, again, one of my gripes with the game. Because of the actual nature of the game, it's very easy just to get stuck constantly losing. Now, looking back, what I should have done is start there and then move to there, and then just decide to go, you know, make my chapter go into decline and then be done. I am just so far out of it already. I am not going to be able to claw this game back at all. Now, the other thing I don't like is the skip button doesn't always work, and sometimes you can accidentally skip your go. It's like, come on. I know it's again, it's all meant to be very simple. Yeah, let's just get rid of these guys. They're utterly useless to me, unfortunately. Werewolf priestesses. Oh, that's the other chap. Now, I've had a few errors with this game as well, where I've gone into decline for, you know, literally on my second go after putting some stuff down. And for some reason, the other chaps who come after me have got to pick their races first. It's a weird bug. It's like I moved last that turn. It's to do with the skip button. It can really screw up the game a bit. That said, it's not a terrible game, but I think the board game is better, and it just needs a bit more support. If they could just get the licensing to add the extra maps in to give it a bit more of a fresh feel, then it wouldn't be so bad. Catapult's not bad because you can just hurl people and attack far regions. The Imperial's Ratmen. Well, I need numbers. I might as well just go for numbers. You know what? Because I can. For the Horde. Yeah. Nice. Unfortunately, I'm probably quite prone to conquest here. Just to make sure no one comes off, because this is the most annoying thing that can happen to you. Is you put your new race down, some other guys come into decline, comes in, decides to just kill your new race you've put down. That is aggravating. Oh no! Now, I'm not playing to win now, I am just playing to dick over Reds. Because you're asshats. It's a shame I didn't take over that bit, then I would just have this whole area kind of walled off. Oh damn it, Yellow, why did you have to come my way? So I've noticed something with the AI as well, they're very reluctant to actually take out neutrals. Yeah, we kind of get the point. But the game's ever so short if you just skip some of this stage. Because there's only 8 turns, and there's no options to have more or less turns. So it feels like you've got a very standard cookie cutter, we're not going to give the player any variation of the rules. They've just gone, this is the game as we know it, this is how we're going to market it, and we're just... There we go. It's no flexibility really. That's annoying. I don't know if you can see it on your screen or on the video, but half the dice is getting cut off while I go to the top of the screen. Yeah. Excellent! Oh, I really should have taken one off of them and put it on that one. But there we go! Strength in numbers. Now, what affects your numbers is usually your ability as well, so sometimes you get something like dwarves, which I feel have far too few numbers for the advantages they get. And that's only because just they get a +1 while in mountainous areas. However, fortified dwarves, and you start them down here, they're not shifting for the whole game. I mean, I think Yellow's got this. I think they're going to be the overall winners of all this. Blue, you've done nothing to aggravate me, but that might not save you. So I'm feeling a bit of a dick right now. Ghouls are one of the best ones to get out early in the game. Oh, that's harsh, because ghouls, sorry, the pillaging will just... I think it steals money from someone you've... Alright, yeah, each non-empty region. That's not quite the one, that's not the raiding. Because raiding goes, I steal money from the guy I'm attacking. That one's evil. could take that, but...
Oh no!
Oh well, I didn't really want to do that anyway, so... One extra square and I'm all done. 16 around is pretty handy. And there's absolutely no point me going into decline at this point. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the... Yeah, there we go, there's the catapult barbarians. Where are you launching yourself to?
Oh no!
It's great if you get hemmed in somewhere, or you get something like my white ladies which will cut off half a map if I get them in the right place. This is why I went for them first, is I wanted to get them on those hills and just use them to cut off a corner. There's a barrier. You know what, screw you wizards. Oh, come on, yeah. Poor old blue, just nothing left on the board. Now, ghouls are evil, because you can still use them like an army when they're in decline, which is their special ability. There we go. My last turn, I get a good old 16. Where are you going? Oh, you're getting launched to that mountain. I'd have gone after the wizards.
Oh no!
But I'm guessing getting spread out is better than undermining that chap, so... Yeah, gotta be careful when you press that skip button. So,
oh, no.
Oh look, you failed combat against me. Should have gone after the ghouls. Oh, nice. Underworld is very good because anywhere you see this Underworld symbol, you can basically attack on the map as long as you've captured one. You can just go through all the underground caverns. Not bad for a last turn comeback. Oh, evil.
Oh no!
Yes, you just use your ghouls as harassers and then use the elves.
Yeah!
For the alchemist ability. Nice, very nicely done. And that's the game. That short. Again, it's not the best best port to PC I've ever played. It's not bad. It's just a case of you can sort of see the appeal. The randomised races, the way that changes the game, but without a new map, you start doing the same tactics over and over. Whenever you get particular combinations, and sometimes you just see a certain combination come up and you're like, I might as well quit now, because if the AI gets that, there's no way I can win because they'll just trash me. Also, the AI's habit of human player bullying is frustrating. So if I had to give this a number, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's a bit buggy, but it's true to the board game, but lacks some of the better add-ons that make it truly interesting. Also, for the whole package so far, you need to spend about £12 or so. So, for a thing that you might be playing with your friends on a tablet, yeah. If you've not got space for the actual board game, then yeah, I'd go for it. But get it on a sale. The other thing I'd also like to point out is one bleeding song in the whole game needs more music. Because this is actually driving me up the wall by the end of the video. I've just heard this tune too many times. I've played this game about a dozen times through, and that tune now just gets on my nerves. But thank you for watching. This was like a nice little quick run through, and I might do 1 or 2 more games of this just so you can see what mischief I get up to. And I'll see you next video.